Welcome back to Skyrim Marathon. Today we're stepping into one of the biggest mod lists in the Skyrim modding scene, Nolvus V6. This isn't just a light overhaul, this is like a complete redo of Skyrim. All the cities have been reworked, there's expanded mechanics. This is the kind of list that takes Skyrim from something you knew to something that you're experiencing for the first time. Now, as usual, we're going to go ahead and answer one real question. Can it survive the Skyrim Marathon? It looks impressive, but will it hold up under pressure? We're going to go city to city on foot. We're going to go combat to combat. We're going to see how it performs. We're going to see if it crashes. We're going to see if it flies. As you know, Nolvus does come in a lot of different variants for performance. So I'm going to put that on the screen on what kind of performance selections I made. And yeah, I'm excited to try it. This is the newest V6. It just came out a couple weeks, maybe 3 weeks ago at this point, for this update, and it comes highly recommended and also highly requested on this channel to review this list next. So I'm proud to present to you Nolvus V6. As usual, information's on the screen. Description has additional information as well on how you can go ahead and get your hands on this list. All right, let's go ahead and get started with character creation. Now, if you're wondering performance-wise what we're going to be expecting today, please consider that I made these selections that I showed on the screen earlier. So definitely pause and take a look at it. I went with the Ultra preset, which does overhauls to the towns. There's the Ultimate preset, which is like for 5090s. This Ultra variant, I kind of spec'd out close to my specs. It's made for 4080 supers. I have a 9070 XT, so it's a little underpowered in some areas, but when I compared it online, it also beats it in raw rendering. That being said, I did tone some things down, so I went with the, as you have seen earlier, I went with the, let's see here. I went with the medium INI settings for the Skyrim INI, and then for the LODs, I went with performance instead of ultra. So there's 3 variants: ultra, performance, and then ultra. So I went with performance. So we'll go ahead and see. Just full disclaimer, I jumped into the world just to make sure it runs okay for this video before we kind of run it and record it, and the game doesn't play for some reason. But I only did about 10 minutes in there. I did add some quality of life mods into this mod list. So full disclosure, but it shouldn't affect stability at all. So photo mode, I added in here, and then hotkey reminders, so that you have reminders on what keys go where. For some reason, this list doesn't have it in there, which is kind of odd, but I need to remember that as we're playing. So that's in there. Again, that doesn't add any stability issues. So let's go ahead and build our character. Today, I think we're gonna do an Altmer. They make for good spell swords, in my opinion. I know Bretons do as well, but I'm feeling like an Altmer today. And I did earlier, so that we don't spend too much time in here, I did pre-make not this guy. I did make my own guy. He's inspired by Celebrimbor, which is a Lord of the Rings character. So this is him. And we will go through a little bit of the settings here just so you guys kind of see how the character creator looks. As far as the UI, you have 3 selections of UI. You have Oathbane UI, which is made by the mod creator Nidhogg and his team. There's Edge UI, and then there's Untarnished. I went with Edge UI just to see how that looks. I haven't played with Edge UI in a while, but it does have a clean look to it. Other options you have was like difficulty. I picked like kind of a medium hack and slash difficulty for us to use. That way it's just not, you're just not watching me die constantly in this game. So anyways, let's take a look at the character creator real quick, and we'll discuss more as we play. So eye shapes. Can really make your guy look a bit funky. I think 16 looks the best. And then I really like the glowing eyes that they chose for this mod list. So there's a lot of glowing eyes here. Or even this one that's kind of glowing, but it still looks... I think it looks good. And then they got those kind of natural looking eyes with like red corneas, which I am a big fan of. I really like the eye color selections that this mod list author chose. These eyes don't look tacky. They don't look that fake. They look really good, in my opinion. Different hair, so we can maybe change his hair color up a little bit too. Let's go with that. Let's go with... Oh, that looks pretty cool. Now, digging into the MO2, I saw that this has DBVO, which is a Dragonborn voiceover. And I've always wanted to kind of try that out. So we're going to try and enable that. There's a voice that it has for Geralt or Rivia from The Witcher. So I want to see how the game feels with that on. So we're going to see how that is. I've been meaning to download that myself for my other list that I play. But there's a lot of reviews in the... or comments in the comment section of that mod that it's been causing crashes for a lot of users. And so it wasn't worth trying. So I'm glad it's already in a list, and I'm sure stability has been tested with it. Let's go ahead and just finalize on a hair selection. I am again really excited to try this list out. I mean, I literally bought into the hype. The hype is real on this list, and I wanted to see, and I wanted to show all you guys as well who haven't tried this list before but heard a lot about it, how this looks unedited for 2 hours just playing it. And so it kind of gives you an idea what to experience yourself if you take the dive and download this mod. In the description, I'm gonna put how big the size of this list was. I don't have the information handy on me right now on my little cheat sheet here, but you'll see it in the description by the time you're watching this video. Alright. I think I want to go with an S&P type hair just to kind of give our guy a little bit more character here. So this is an S&P hair. We're going to choose this. And we'll just go ahead and make him... we're going to call him Gallandor. Yeah, Gallandor sounds right. So we got the usual kind of waiting room here for what is this, alternative start? Perhaps that's what it's called. You do see Quickloot IE is in here. So this is gonna be a good test to see if they figured out a way to get Quickloot to work the way it's supposed to. Almost every test we've done with Quickloot enabled has had an issue within the 2 hours. So that was a good demonstration on narrowing that down. So I'm going to leave it enabled to see if it causes issues here too. If there's no crashes and there's no issues with Quickloot that requires a restart, I'll be really impressed already with the list. Because the 2 hour test usually exposes all that. Okay, cool thing too, this list has Wheeler. So let's go ahead and set that up. What is that? Wheeler. I'm gonna set it up with my preferred keys for that. Yeah, okay. It's already set up for me. I think when I set up earlier and then tried it out, and made that character preset, I set it up. Okay. Yeah, and then I also, when I download hotkey reminders, I figured out what keys were what and kind of put it in here just in advance. So cool thing is this game has a lantern system, so you really don't need to use torches. You just press L and it lights up, it just makes a lantern appear and lights it up. So that's pretty cool. Okay, and we'll do Mage Hood. So there's a couple of things in this game. There's a death mechanic, alternate death mechanic, so you don't have to restart the game every time. It's called Shadows of Skyrim. It is pretty brutal from what I've seen. From what I've heard as well is basically you drop your gear and you die. Sometimes they'll take your equipment, but it does make a quest for you to go back and maybe get your equipment back and also get revenge on the guy that killed you, or the character or NPC that murdered you. We're gonna go with, we'll have one great sword to see how the animations are. There's tons of animations. There's a whole stance system in this game that you can unlock through skill points. So yeah. So I think all the MCMs are loaded. Let's put on some of our gear here and see how it looks. And because we're a spell sword, we're gonna do, what's this, fairy info? Fairy kept calm, the waves were blown. A crappy person, keep finding fairies and setting them free. Okay. Shooting stars. Oh, okay. Okay, I guess there's shooting stars in the game, and that maybe that's how you tune the settings for that. There's also that mod that allows you to take your helmet off. So that is called helmet toggle. So let's see. We're gonna make that Y. There we go. We'll get a shield. And we're going to put some stuff on the wheel. Oh. So there's a little bit of a hiccup that Wheeler has. And again, Wheeler has a new update now that gets rid of it, I think, called Wheeler Refined. But I believe this list uses just the Wheeler, the base Wheeler, where you can't put something on the wheel sometimes, and to solve that you got to drop it on the ground and then pick it back up, and then you should be able to put it in your wheel the next time. So that's a little quick tip for you guys. You definitely want to learn this. Okay, so you have to sit and study, or you have to study spells in this game. You don't just click on the book. So survival mechanic I've read is Sunhelm. I haven't played a list with Sunhelm, or at least haven't used the mechanics of it before. We're gonna opt out of that today though, because we don't want to be slowed down where we don't get to experience most of the list because we're just trying to deal with all the things we're hurting from. But on an actual playthrough, when you're not confined to doing a review video, I would say it could be fun to use it if you're into that. I like the wolves. Definitely use one of those. Flames. Sorry, we're just getting all this out of the way now before we get into it, guys. Anything else we should learn before we go? Healing and a spell and a conjure sounds good enough to me. Let's stick with that. It looks like this, what is it? Candlelight is a little obsolete now that you have a lantern though. So yeah, that lantern seems to light up the room fine. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and equip that magic. Okay, flames there, healing there, and wolf here. And we're gonna put that there and flames there. Okay.
Destiny.
So I'm feeling... what should we do today? Where should we start? Let's start with random and see what happens to us. Alright. Alright, roll the dice. What's gonna happen? We'll see. Okay. It looks like we're injured and we're in the snow. And there's a religion system. We're gonna do Oriel. And I'm gonna go ahead and put this on the bar too. Okay, so there's dirt and blood in this game too, where you have to maintain your cleanliness. So let's put this all on like the back bar here. So wash and rinse, and then pray. And I think there's, yeah, there you can make campfires as well, but I don't think we're gonna get into that too much. That's kind of a slow pace kind of gameplay. All right, let's heal ourselves. Luckily, we have a healing spell. So you can see numbers here. So I've never seen floating numbers. Oh my god. Okay. Yeah, I don't know if we should fight that yet. We're level 1. They do have paraglider in this game. I think it's the version of it where you have to do the quest. So we're not gonna pick that up because that's a little too far. Where we are in the world though is we're close to Winterhold. So we're gonna start our run there. Work our way down to Windhelm and kind of do the loop around. We're gonna do a loop around this way. And maybe end at Dawnstar if we're quick enough. So let's go ahead and start a timer. 2-hour timer. At the end of 2 hours, we'll just ask ourselves to... We'll probably keep going to experience more of the list if we're enjoying it. But we'll kind of ask ourselves, would we buy it? Right? Like as if it was a Steam game. Are we going to buy it or are we going to uninstall it and return it to get our money back? We'll find out. I gotta get my bearings here. So... Alright. So it looks like time had went by when I skinned the wolf. So there's that tweak that they have to doing the skinning of the wolves. I don't know exactly what mod that is, but let's go ahead and save. Now I read something new in the notes about safe saving. I didn't realize that this was a thing, but I started doing it since I read it. And basically, I used to rotate my saves. I used to like do 5 saves and kind of just circle back and save over each one and override it. But it looks like it's suggested by somebody on their Discord, maybe even the Modlist author themselves, that said that you should do a new save every time. So what I do is I keep 5 up on top and then I'll delete the oldest one and make a new save each time. It makes sense though, because then you have kind of a newer a new save that hasn't been overridden on maybe a corrupt save, right? So there's a little bathtub in the corner there of the screen, the bottom right. I believe that's tied to the dirt and blood mechanic. Okay, and so far we're dealing with wolves pretty well, which is good. I mean, probably due to the mechanic that we put in the game where it's just a hack and slash version. There's a lot of customization you can do. So you can pick like how gory you want the game. You can pick what else? The starting movesets. So you can pick like if you want the game to have sorry, trying to keep a thought while playing the game at the same time. You can do like a fantasy, like JRPG style moveset, or you can do like a conventional moveset. I went with conventional. It's more grounded, I think. I think it's based around For Honor, but again, there's so many stances and animations in this game that I think that there's more than just For Honor at play here. Alright, I think we're entering Winterhold here. Let's go ahead and wait. Okay, so they didn't use a modern waiting menu. They ended up going with the one that comes with Edge UI, it looks like, on at least for the Edge UI setting. I think that's probably different if you perhaps have like the untarnished UI you chose. I think that also affects the wheeler. So cool thing is you pick the UI and it kind of tweaks everything for you. So I think it tweaked the wheeler skin to have an Edge UI style when I picked Edge when I picked Edge UI. So far, I think the graphics are like, I don't know. I think these might be a close tie to Apostasy. And yet I have yet to show you guys Apostasy on this channel because I have it completely modded out and it's not a good representation of the game to show you guys. But eventually I think I will download a separate copy of Apostasy that's completely stock. I was kind of waiting for it to be updated, but I don't know when and if that's going to happen. But the graphics on that list, I would say, are close tie to this. It has a different ENB, so this uses Cabbage ENB. There's also other options you can choose from. And then Apostasy uses Amon, I believe, and Amon kind of has a more darker vibe to it. So it's whatever you're feeling like you're into. Man, the visuals are like really good though. Alright, so it looks like Feralda's not waiting here. Oh, is that her? That is her. Let's see how the NPCs look.
Welcome to the College of Winterhold. It's been a pleasure.
She looks like a vampire. No, if she's there, then it's locked. I'm not gonna waste our time trying to go up to it. But, I mean, take this city in. This is awesome. I'm going to turn off our compass from time to time. Actually, you know what? Never mind. I'm not going to do it because we want to see if it goes away from Quickloot. I was going to say for immersion purposes because we've done this run so many times. I want to try and see if I can do it off of memory. But, no, we want to see if Quickloot acts up as a part of the test. How do you get out of Winterhold? I think this way.
I haven't seen you before. Let me make this clear.
What I'm telling you right now is the performance so far is really good considering the graphics that you have here. The performance is really good. 50 FPS in open world. Granted, I did pick the medium Skyrim INI file and then the performance LODs, but it's still the ultra variant, right? So, and it includes all the overhauls to the cities as well. Also, I'm gonna start trying to do these reviews with the music on. As you might have noticed from the last video, I did that, and I didn't get tagged with any copyright stuff. So I'm gonna keep trying to do it with music on. It gives a little bit better vibe to the gameplay, and then maybe I'll reconsider if I start getting tagged with copyright issues. But I started watching other YouTubers that stream Skyrim, and for some reason they were posting it with the music on, and I wasn't sure if they're just taking the copyright hit, or if I was just overthinking it. So far, so good, though. Alright, so... we have our performance up here, the one that you guys are usually used to seeing. So we can take a look at... again, there's no frame gen on here. So... the frame time and your micro stutters, your GPU. My GPU is at 100% right now. At 48 FPS. Okay, wow. We won that battle. Awesome. Now we get to try out all their weapons.
What was that?
Oh, man. I wasn't watching my health. Did that guy clean me out pretty quickly? Or was I low on health already? Okay, so we're gonna see Shadows of Skyrim at play here for the death mechanic. So disoriented, I attempt to stand up in a and regain my balance as quickly as possible. The only good Draugr horseman is a dead Draugr horseman. Okay, so it seems like it's what the heck? Oh my god. Where am I? Okay, well, I think we're in over our heads over here. Jesus. Oh no, that was my way out. That was my way out. Okay, let's turn the lantern on. Almost just died right there. Alright, so I'm in some type of... Really, they really throw you a curveball here. It's like a random alternative start every time you die, it looks like. So they threw me into like a Dwemer ruin. And somehow we survive whatever the hell they threw us into just now. Did I just die again? Oh my god. Okay, so easy mode is not so easy after all, at least not for for me. Let's see where they put us this time. Hopefully back outside. Okay, so the past seems like a distant memory. I do not know where I am or how I got here. I have a bad feeling about a thorny Falmer at Sightless Pit. Okay, that's what we're just talking about, the enemy that killed me. Weight of Nern, so I have a debuff now. And now it's telling me like I have a quest here. Wow, this is really good lighting right here. With this lantern, I'm surprised at the lighting this lantern sets off. At this moment, it looks really good. This is picture worthy. Alright, so let's continue our run. We're not gonna get vengeance.
Because werewolves and vampires don't.
Oh, this way. Oh wow, look at that. Sunrise. When you find so many screenshots that are worthy of taking, I think you really got a good list on your hands. Unless anything changes my mind, right now this list has earned a 5 out of 5 on visuals. This is about as good as it gets, guys. And the only way you're going to see better is if you have a 5090 playing the ultimate variant with the ultra LODs and the high Skyrim INI file. But even then, I don't think you're going to see with the naked eye much better than that. And this is, again, this is at 4K, guys. So if you're playing on a 2K and you're playing ultimate, if you're playing on a 2K monitor, you're not going to see probably something that looks as good as this. So keep that in mind too. If you're going to play ultimate, play it on a 4K and you'll really see the peak Skyrim visuals that are out there. Man, this really feels like a marathon right now, though. We're at it's running. It's a nice day, though. So here's what I'm doing, okay? So this is 5 saves. I'm gonna hit X here, delete that one, and make a new save. And that's how we're gonna try and keep the save clean.
I'm telling you, I heard it. Howling. Those werewolf tales are true.
So there's a mod that just came out today on Nexus that actually penalizes you for even running at this speed. Ooh, that was good. That felt good. That also penalizes you for just running at this speed. So your stamina is already going to be depleting. That's pretty cool. I mean, it's kind of intriguing to look at it that way. It does make their run slower. Let's mark Windhelm here. Okay, so they changed the sound of summons here. It looks like it doesn't have that loud kind of sound that kind of happens as soon as you summon the whatever you're summoning. So that's pretty cool. I like the sound better. It sounds easier on the ears. And it also doesn't give you a gripe with summoning them. Like, for some reason, like in Lorim, for example, when I was trying to summon, it was like telling me like I couldn't summon it in a certain angle I was pointing at, and that was kind of irritating. All the dying aside, I'm actually having a pretty good time, and the visuals definitely help. The weapon art is not bad. We'll have to try out a little bit of first person. All right, so we're encountering a little bit of a battle here. So, oh, we also found some weapons earlier, right? We got arrows, and we got this weird glaive here that we can try out. Oh my god, look at that freaking bear. It's crazy looking. That is a craziest, it's an undead snow bear. Oh my god. I need to climb the high ground.
I'll end your miserable life.
My god. What a situation we're in here. The intense battle music does not make it any better. Alright, we gotta use our terrain to our advantage here. Oh my god, what is this? What are these undead animals? Ooh, that was gruesome. Bunch of his body parts. Oh my god. We're pulling out all the tricks here. Do your thing, man. Alright, now we're hunting him. We got the upper hand now. Where are you going, bear? Let's go on this rock here. Okay, am I not shooting it? Alright, well. Looks like he can't get us on this rock, so we're gonna cheese him. Oh my god, oh my god, oh my god. Okay, so there's locational damage here, because my shots were weak, but I just took him out just by aiming at his head there. Oh, that was intense. That was a good battle, though. Man, and then it hits you with these visuals. Look, like your guy's all dirty from battle. I think that's dirt and blood in effect right now. That is awesome. And then you also have sky parkour to like climb up on a little ledge like that to kind of find high ground. My guy looks like a proper elf right now with a bow on him, doesn't he? That was such an intense fight. Okay, I think there's more guys over here too. Yeah, there's this dude over here. Let's get our wolf out again. Alright, we're almost like a hunter, like a World of Warcraft hunter. You have a bow and then you also have a wolf or a pet. So he totally overhauled the look of these guys. Alright, let's see how this goes. I think we gotta play it safe though. We underestimated this list. We gotta keep our distance. Dude, they are aggressive. Okay, guys, we gotta get out of here.
Frost or lightning, you will suffer at my hands.
We gotta use some high ground to our advantage again. Yeah, they're confused. Gosh, you sucker. Here's the final one. Shooting fish in a barrel. So far, I'm having fun with the combat. This guy's frustrated. He can't get me. Alright. I heard another crazy bear out there somewhere. Yeah, undead snow bear out there again. I don't know if we can survive another encounter with one of those things. It's coming from that direction. Jesus. This place is dangerous. But there's such high texture redos of these enemy types that like it makes it like they were always there. And so I appreciate that in this list. Sometimes there's lists that add additional enemy types that just don't fit right in the game. And instead of adding additional enemy type, you just redo a style of one. Ooh, did I get him right in the head? Did it stun him? I've never seen that before. God. Ooh, okay. I like that. I like that there's a finisher move. I think there's violence in here. There's a setting I guess they put. I didn't know they had that setting where you can do your finisher moves without changing the camera angle. Okay, let's go back with our usual setup. Yeah, we can level up. Okay. Let's find a way to make our wolf last longer. Let's get some magicka in us. Oh, we leveled up twice. Okay. And then a little bit of... I'll do magicka again. Okay, leveled up again. Stamina. Magicka. Okay, wow, we leveled up quite a bit. So we're gonna do one destruction. So there's different leveling, there's different ways of leveling that they give you the option for when you're installing this. I picked like vanilla style leveling. You can also do static skill leveling where you input your own skill types or you input your own skill points. I do like the vanilla style, you know, in a way, because if you're using a skill often, you're able to level it up. So that's what I went for, is the vanilla style. So just know there's different styles that you can choose from. So a little bit of everything that we're doing, we're gonna put in here. So we're gonna go with, okay, one-handed. Definitely want to increase damage with that. And then these skill trees look very in-depth. You could probably spend a lot of time in here building like the perfect build. In fact, I was on YouTube last night and this guy had this crazy like holy vampire build that was like shooting out blasts and everything, and he was just invincible, and that was on Nolvus. Okay, conjuration. There we go. Alright, 0.5% longer per level of conjuration. We're level 19. So that's what, 10% longer almost? Just shy of 10% longer. I'll take it. So if it's 2 minutes, right? That's 120 seconds. So what, 12 more seconds. That's fine. Let's see how. So the timer's on the top left. 1 minute and 5 seconds. We're chilling at 40 FPS right now, which is livable for me in modded Skyrim world. I still can't believe like I'm looking at Skyrim right now. The graphics just are blowing me away.
Mirabelle, guide me! Filthy rot!
Oh my god, double kill move right there. I've never seen that before. Let's see, is it upgrade? Maybe not, but we'll just change the way our guy looks. Okay. There we go. Oh, there's a different clank to our armor too now. Let's put our helmet on. Let's see how it looks. Alright. Look like a spell sword? Let's see. Yeah, looks like a spell sword to me. Kind of like a mercenary spell sword right now. Not a very skilled one, but we'll change that. We'll change that over time. We should be getting to Windhelm soon. So far, I can see why there's so much hype around this mod list. It's pretty awesome. I mean, take in those sights there. So if you're at home, you're rocking a 5070 Ti, 5080, 4070 Ti or 4080, or a 9070 XT, or AMD side 7800 XT, 7900 XT. I think you can get similar performance in 4K as what I'm getting here. So this is a good representation of it. You just gotta make sure you choose that performance LODs option and the medium INI. Yeah, I like the way that sounds. The summoning. Let's see how the water looks. Jump in. Can we get in this way? No.
All right, hand over your valuables, or I'll gut you like a fish.
Okay, we're gonna try to persuade them.
Yeah, I'm not going to ask, and don't you get away from me.
Well, that went well. The battle is very satisfying in this game. The combat, I should say. So far. The only thing that's kind of weird here is that you can see that the name of the character is being overridden by the E button prompt, which is interesting. So I don't know, maybe that's completely gone if you choose untarnished UI or what was the other one again? Old Thane. Okay, let's see what it's like to swim in water. Okay, you got swimming animations with your hands. I think if you're playing Sunhelm, you get cold from doing this. The water animations look good though. You got wade in water, so your guy walks slower in water. You can also take a bath. So taking a bath in the icy waters of Winterhold. So there's an option in Dirt and Blood to require soap that I believe you gotta buy or you can craft maybe. But this option by default, the option's off by default. And so I guess this, where it doesn't show you using any soap or you're not getting sudsy, makes sense. Now the question is, when you put the soap feature on, does it start looking sudsy? That would be an interesting attention to detail, wouldn't it? Oh, that was like some Ghost of Tsushima stuff. Ooh. That was nice. That was satisfying. So far so good. An hour and 24 minutes left. No crashes, no freezes. And we've kind of been in the thick of it a few times too. Let's take a look at the horses. Okay, they look like maybe a retexture of the vanilla style horses. I wonder, I didn't dig into it too much in the MO2, but I wonder how the handling of the horses are. So if you like this smooth cam, I use this smooth cam myself personally and I put it into this list to use. Kind of preloaded it before recording today. This is the Hellblade smooth cam. So just letting you know, this is not the stock smooth cam that comes with this list, but this one I think complements it very well. All right, Windhelm. Let's see how it looks.
You come here where you're not wanted. You eat our food, you pollute our city with your stink.
Okay, snow is the hardest thing to pull off in Windhelm. It's always hideous here.
Because it's not our fight. Hey, maybe the reason these grayskins don't help in
Yeah,
the war.
it still seems to be the case. It looks almost like looks like plastic almost. Okay, so a few points off on graphics here for the Windhelm execution of the snow. Perhaps if I went with the ultra LODs, it'd look different. But I mean, we're getting 50 FPS, so you know, it's worth the trade-off, I suppose. Alright, let's go check out Palace of Kings. And before we do cell transitions, I'm gonna try to save just in case the game crashes. So far, Quickloot's not acting up, which is nice.
Algrith won't give us a straight answer.
He's a true Nord. He'll come around.
I like the interior lighting. It looks very real. And so what's interesting too is so they use Cabbage ENB, but what I haven't seen anyone use before is they throw a reshade over that. So I believe you can toggle reshade on and off with the delete button. So this is off, this is on, off, on. So on definitely looks a lot better.
If by message you mean shoving a sword through his gullet.
Let's see how Ulfric looks, because I mean, if you look at Ulfric inside of like say Lorim, he looks super goofy.
So we're ready to start this.
Speak with Garmar. He'll size you up.
This is a respectable looking
Best use your talents.
Ulfric. I've never even seen this version of him before, but this one looks good.
Soon.
I still say you should take them all out like you did dead King Torrid.
Yeah, if you look at the choice they used for Lorim's Ulfric, he has like this really poofy blonde hair, kind of looks like a, I don't know, like a woman, like a blonde woman from the 80s. I will do a review on Lorim, a proper one where we do a run through. If you see on my channel, I did gameplay. I did like 6 episodes in a series and then I quit, which I made that last episode like I quit Lorim in the description or the title of it, because it's just I couldn't stand it anymore. But I'm gonna do a Skyrim Marathon style run with it eventually, and then you guys can see kind of how it is comparatively to these other lists. Yeah, I like it. I like Windhelm. The snow, of course, again, that's hard to execute. I think we even played a list recently where there was like no snow or barely any snow in Windhelm, and that was their way of getting around it. I don't know what it is, because then snow outside looks pretty decent. It's just when you get to Windhelm, there's nobody that overhauled it in a way yet that makes it look perfect. Or makes it look good. Alright, so Windhelm done. We're gonna make our way up to Riften. So what I like about this smooth cam is that if you do the swap, the shoulder swap button, which I did it for the middle mouse button, you can go from kind of running behind the guy to like kind of seeing stuff in front of you by having it to the right. I prefer it that way, I think. So every so often I find myself in a scene that just looks like a wallpaper. It looks like you're playing inside of like a cinematic wallpaper. Oh, I saw something coming at me. Man, I can't stop like just ogling at the graphics here. My goodness. And with 40 FPS, that's not bad at all, man. I would say if you play this in these settings with this type of hardware or something similar and you're getting this type of FPS, just do yourself a favor and turn off the FPS tracker and just enjoy the game for what it is, because this feels smooth and like, yeah, 60 FPS could feel smoother and more could even feel better. But I think if you just play the game, I don't think you're suffering any quality really at 40 FPS, especially if you don't know it. If your mind's not thinking about it like that. I wish I could summon one of those undead polar bears. I bet you can in this game. Those things are freaking hideous and crazy looking. I bet you could do a lot of crazy stuff in the Conjuration Wheel with this. Oh, she has some cool armor too. Steel sword. All right, let's see. I like how you can see your character too when you're in the menu. I think I want to go back to this armor. 13 armor? It has the same armor as my current one. Let's wear that one then. What about these boots? Yeah, let's try them out. Light armor. Light armor, but almost the same as iron boots. And this actually is an increase in armor, shroud armor, even though it's light. Okay, well, let's go with that then. And then is a steel sword. We're definitely gonna replace. Oh well, our katana. How's it compared to the katana? Where is it? 28, 20. Oh, the katana's the same thing. Okay, we're gonna add additional spots here. So steel sword, and then we're gonna mess with the axe a little bit. The axe does a little bit extra damage. You see this guy's butt cheeks. He's got a pretty flat ass. Okay, so I think I want to use... Do we have any... Poison resistance 50%. You make 50% less noise. Backstab does double damage. I think we gotta hide our helmet here. He looks kind of weird with that on. Man, just chopped his head off. So the dodging takes a little getting used to. So the dodge is the shift button, but it's not the shift button that's sprint. The sprint is the left alt button. So you gotta kind of get used to that. Usually I have shift as my sprint button.
Come along, no more stops. We need to find our way to Solitude.
Why are we even going to a wedding at this far-flung end of the Empire anyway?
So if you guys like adding your additional mods onto your mod list, you can do it. As you can see, I added a few quality of life mods here. But you gotta be careful, particularly with Nolvus. It seems from digging into the forums, or not forums, but the Discord, there are some difficulties because it's such a finely tuned mod list. Man, that's satisfying. Let's try it. There are some things at play that I think most people don't consider, and so you could mess things up big time, especially if you're adding new animations to the game. There's so many animations at play that I would not do that. And you know what kind of animations I'm talking about. You cannot be adding that kind of stuff. I think it's gonna it's gonna, especially if you've been putting hours into the game, it's gonna cause it to not be as reliable as you're seeing it is right now. What was that just ran by me? I love the finisher moves that like are seamlessly integrated into your combat. You don't, it doesn't change the view. It doesn't take you out of it. Man, look at those graphics. This is awesome, man. I'm having a great time. We're gonna level up here. Oh, we also have some. We also have some healing here we can use. So this back bar was for. There we go. Alright, level up time. Let's do health. Okay, get this guy to last longer. Oh, and it's been a while since we prayed. Let's go ahead and pray. Wait. There we go. Let's see how long our guy lasts now. Okay, 1 minute and 13 seconds. Not bad. He's got the swing like Ghost of Tsushima. It's fun. It's fun to see. So this area is pretty dark. But I think, I mean, the lighting looks good. It's alright. Let's turn on our lantern. There we go. I really like that lantern. Usually, like, these lantern mods kind of put like a weird, unnatural light, but this one looks good. Yeah, we gotta make sure we hang a left here. Okay, is there a bed here? Maybe we can sleep in? It's a camp? No. Okay, well, let's... That's only 5:47. That'd be waiting here for a while. Okay. Well, maybe wait a little bit more for the sun to come up in the sky. There we go. Look at that view. And, I mean, we're looking at all this, and we're having 45 FPS right now. Yeah. I don't like how it I see this in almost every mod list that has true directional combat. When you lock on, if you have a summon, if for some reason it locks onto your summon after, if there's no other enemies, you can't lock onto them now, but for some reason after you fight, it locks on, and so like, and you can actually take, like, you can actually kill your summon. Alright. So this area is pretty rough on your GPU. It looks like we're getting 29, 30 FPS. Man, that's see like see it locked onto my summon there. I don't know why it does that. I kind of like combat with this offset, this camera offset too. Otherwise, like your guy's kind of blocking your view. But if you have it to the right, you can kind of see what's in front of you a little better. I like the detail that our character has on their face. Even the armor looks very high texture. Like, is that a skeever coming my way? What is that? So, oh, it's a rat. It's a rabbit. Shot rabbit almost killed you. Alright, I almost wanna... As you know, we always come across this fort in our run. I almost want to try my hand at it, but we gotta play it safe, kind of. Let's try a little bit of first-person combat. Let's get our wolf in here. Where are you? Okay. All right, he's in it. He's in it now. Ooh, took his head off. That was a clean one too. That made good contact. It wasn't janky at all. Okay, we got knocked over by something. What was that?
You picked a bad time to get lost, friend.
Oh my god, that's so satisfying. Okay, let's do some more. Ooh, took her leg off. Okay. What else we got here?
I will strike like a hawk.
I think we took out everybody. Is there anybody else here outside? Might be a guy hanging out up top here. Let's see. Yeah, there is. Let's see how well our wolf does against him.
Ain't this a surprise? Far east, man. You won't get away with that.
Man. That's definitely gory. Alright, let's see. What kind of infantry? Is it infantry? Was kind of let's try that on. Okay, well our elf ears stick out, but I think it would look cool if we didn't have elf ears. Although I do think what's cool about our guy is that he's an elf. But we went from spell sword with heavy armor to kind of like looking like a Dark Brotherhood assassin now. So, that was the most fun I've had attacking that base. That was really good combat. I think a lot of the fun too comes from the fact that I put it on like an easy mode in the game, where you're not feeling like you're hitting like what we call it, bullet sponges, I guess, for lack of a better word. I like how unique all these people's armors are too. Like, look at this armor. Okay, we got to attack them. Guys, we gotta attack them. I hate to attack innocents, but that armor, we need it.
Hey, be careful. Don't do that again. Last warning.
It looks like they're very unreactive too. Okay, we're gonna play it safe here because we need that armor. Yes! Okay, that armor looks dope. We're gonna rock that armor, that's for sure. Where is it at? Oh yeah, man. This is like some elven armor. That was totally worth it. Even this guy has some pretty cool looking armor too. Okay, we're gonna try out some different weapons too. So let's see. This person had a warhammer. And a pike. Okay, so the pike and a warhammer. Yeah, we're carrying too much. Understandable. Let's skip back some of this real quick. We're gonna do some iron armor, heavy armor, the robes, boots, gauntlets, and how much do we weigh now? Oh, we're pretty light now. Oh, I'm still gonna get back some stuff. I think I'm gonna get back the iron sword because we have a steel sword. We don't need 2 bows. And we have 2 glaives. We don't need 2 glaives. Okay. This looks good, guys. This looks really good. Really cool looking armor. This guy took out this guard. Did he kill the guard and he just disappeared? So I guess not all cloaks have SMP physics to it, because this one doesn't. Which is unfortunate. It takes away out of the you away out of the immersion, I think, when your cloak is so stiff. Okay, someone's fighting around here? What do you mean do something?
Imperial dogs. There's nothing too low for them.
Okay, how much is the gate toll?
Before I let you into, for the privilege of entering the city.
Okay, fine.
It's been a pleasure doing business with you.
All right.
Let me open the gate, and you can head into the city.
I really like this armor.
Fine. If you won't listen to me, I'll find someone who will.
Had another run-in with a Thieves Guild.
Be careful, Mule. The Thieves Guild has Maven Blackbriar at its back. One
You're a
snap
stranger
of her
here too,
fingers,
huh?
You could end up in Riften jail.
She's got like
Safe
the
strap.
Siri
They
outfit
represent
on.
the reason I'm here. I can't
interesting.
just ignore them, Eren.
I don't know you. You and
Just
Riften
don't
look.
want you to
You could
No.
pretend not to hear me all you
I'm
want.
really getting
I don't hear
tired of these
you.
excuses. When you borrowed the money, you said you'd pay it back on time and for double the usual fee.
I know.
All right, we're making decent time. 54 minutes left out of 2 hours. Out of 2 hours, and we already made it to Riften. I really like the armors that they just threw into this game too. She looks like part Griffin and part Argonian. Okay, well,
If you've got the coin,
I like how
Sure
cheap it
thing.
is. Okay.
I'll show you to your room. Right this way. Come back and see us again.
No need, I know where it is. Okay, so it has the go to bed mod in here. It looks like you probably have to. See, I wish you didn't have to use the blanket part, because that you always clip through it, I've noticed. And that takes you out of immersion as well. The laying down on your own and then maybe
Let me know
pressing.
if there's anything else you need.
She actually came to the
Hey,
room.
Talon.
Okay,
Get off
thanks.
your lazy tail and take care of the customer.
Keep your scale.
I think it takes away from the immersion. You should just, if you're gonna clip through it, just don't use a blanket, or give the option not to use a blanket. Okay, I think this is if you want to turn on survival or not. So we're gonna say no. I was wondering when we were gonna come across that, if we had to go into the menus or not.
You want a drink?
Are you gonna try to get me into some skooma? No thanks,
Excuse
man.
me, I have other things to attend to.
Okay. That guy looked cross-eyed. Okay. Oh, it's nighttime. Should have slept longer.
It's kind of dark.
We have a few torches, I think. Let's see how the torches look at night. So if you're getting performance like how I'm getting, you might be tempted to try and like squeeze a little bit more out and get ENB frame gen. I have to implore you not to do that, because it takes a little extra computing power to use the frame gen. And what you're exchanging in that case is, let's go this way. What you're exchanging in return is more natural FPS taken away from you in exchange for those fake frames. And I'm sure if you've heard anything about Am I running the right way? Let's try to cut through. We cut through the woods here. We've done that before on the way in. On some of our other playthroughs. I don't care much for the torches. I'm sorry, I lost my thought already. What was I saying? Oh, don't use... Yeah, I wouldn't use frame gen. It's gonna make it feel a lot jankier. Just endure the 36 FPS you see once in a while, or 35. At least it's natural. You're gonna start seeing like animations act weird the way they're not working the way they're supposed to with frame gen on. Oh, we can level up already. Okay. Alright, what are we gonna do here? Well, we're messing around with two-handed, right? So let's give our two-handed a little bit of... Make our guy a little well-rounded. Looks like our guy's dirty again. So, just go in here. And take care of that. So the nighttime looks pretty cool. And I cannot say it enough, the graphics look really good. Even like at this angle here. It looks really good. Granted, okay, these leaves look pretty bad though. But I don't think that's something you usually notice, unless you're being nitpicky and looking for something. I feel like almost like I'm playing Elden Ring with how this armor looks. Yeah, I think there's that bandit fort over here too.
Give 'em the dogs, boys.
And they're gonna release their dogs. Yeah. Ooh, I like this two-handed mace combat. Where are they? You guys didn't expect me to have Sky Parkour, huh?
Someone's gonna get hurt.
Fire! Get away with that! You're gonna die for that!
These guys are really blocking my hits though. Jeez, what's going on here? Ooh, I knocked his head off though. Yeah. Alright, let's try this pike out.
So you're the one who's been stealing all my die for that!
This guy's a chief. Oh yeah, man, this is good. Even this weapon feels good. Granted, he swings it around like that. I guess that's an effective way of using it, but I was hoping he'd do like a stabbing motion, like kind of like the Spartans do. There's one more guy here, huh? Where is he? Down here? Yeah. What are we gonna use to take him out? Let's use a greatsword.
Far east, man. Won't get away with that. You're dead. Hear me? Dead.
I really like the man, I like the difficulty. Yeah, call me what you want, picking easy, but to me this is a good amount of
That's power. But they got that secret magic.
this is a good amount of difficulty for me to still have fun.
Time to die.
Color me impressed. Alright, let's get some daytime going. Yeah, we just kicked everyone's ass in that bandit camp, man. And you know what's crazy? Quickloot is working fine. Maybe they found a way to make it work. And you know what? Even if you find it to be an issue later on down the road, after all, removing Quickloot isn't that hard to do. Just disable it. And then I don't think it causes any like lingering issues with your mod list for stability. So just play with it on and then see if it causes issues down the road. Or turn it off right away before you even start a new game, and then you don't ever have to worry about that issue ever. I can tell you, I played over 100 hours of Apostasy with Quickloot off, and I've never had that issue anymore. Well, I would have it every few hours playing Apostasy with it on, and I never knew what was the cause of it. If you don't know what I'm talking about and you're just tuning in, Quickloot basically is a mod that allows you to see the inventory of what you're about to loot before you loot it, so you don't have to open it just to see what's in there. But it's been notorious to issues in a lot of these mod lists where the compass goes missing, and then after that the action button or the E button that you press to interact with things, the interact button, starts acting a little weird. Let's try Glaze. Sorry dear, I didn't mean to do that. Dang. That's brutal. Are we going the wrong way? No, we're going the right way. Well, we crossed the river. We didn't need to do that. Let's just go down. Let's just go straight. Let's go north. North, a little bit of north west. Oh wait, I almost attacked him. He's attacking the bandits.
start running. Cannot best me.
Damn right you cannot best me.
Far east me. Won't get away with that.
Can't hide from me. Over here.
We're gonna go back to spell sword style to see how this works. Look at that. That's Sky Parkour working for you the way it's supposed to. Alright, I think the guy's up here, it sounds like.
Come on. No one that would be the last mistake you make. I'll show you what I mean. I love the challenge. Time to die, hero.
Think you can take me? You're in disgrace. Another day, another victory.
Combat is so satisfying. My goodness. I don't know if the extra gore mode is adding to it too, because it's just like these slices. You're just slicing off limbs left and right. Like, it's crazy. Coupled with the sky parkour that got me in there like Assassin's Creed. My goodness. The only thing left we need for traversal, I think, is to be able to climb walls literally like Assassin's Creed. Like right now you can kind of climb, but like actually like scale the wall. Prized Nern root. You saw that one? That was like a different type of Nern root. Alright, we gotta head left. There's like a Nern root farm over here. So the only thing I notice with the combat when you're aiming, if you're locked on but you're using magic, for some reason it's not making contact. Man, would you look at that view? So I think what's really cool is that I read the Ultra preset of this game, not the Redux, but the Ultra, has a lot of added assets throughout the world. While the Redux version, which is the lesser version of this, more performance friendly, only lightly modifies things. Or lightly overhauls cities and villages. This Ultra one is overall, it's like the best of both worlds, I think, though. You gotta go for the Ultra and then just give yourself a little breathing room with INI files. Pick the medium and then the performance LOD. I can't speak to Ultra performance. I know I'd probably be getting better FPS with that, but I don't know how much it would take out of it. So this was like the middle ground for me. I gotta get out of here. This mountain lion's crazy. I gotta find some high ground. There we go. What you got now, man? What you got now? Get my wolf out. Get him. Can you not get off of here? Alright. What's gonna give us the best chance? Look at this. What the hell happened there? Okay. I think I pressed a combination of something that made my AMD interface pop up. That was a fail. I think we would have survived that encounter if I had not had that issue. Oh my god, are you gonna throw me in battle right away like this? I'm running for my life. The pack of wolves. Oh man. What the hell was that? Where are we? God dang it, we're already... Okay. Well... I'm gonna save us time, guys. It's still on foot. We just gotta get back to where we were at least. So we're gonna start over here. And then we're gonna keep running. If I had gotten that glider already, I would have been able to just glide my way down to Winterhold, or Windhelm. Not Windhelm, but Whiterun. It looks like we dropped something too. I think when you lose with this type of death mechanic, you drop a weapon or something. Was it my katana? It was my katana. Damn, I like that sword. Alright, we're gonna put a steel sword in place of that. Oh, it's this guy again. It all started with this guy. Let's see what kind of... Oh, it can level up. I like the rate of leveling up too. That's nice. Let's go with health and stamina. And let's put a little bit more into our one-handed. These guys are always drinking on the side of the road.
Don't argue your ear off about which one should go first.
I wonder if there's a way to turn off dropping weapons like that. 'Cause I like that katana. If that was like a really good katana, I'd have to try and take my chances and go back and see if I can get it back. This is like next gen right here. This is a next gen game you're looking at right here, guys. Five years from now, we'll have entry-level GPUs pushing this thing to like 100 FPS, probably, the way it is right now. And then you'll have what would be equivalent to a 3080 or 9070 XT out there in 5 years from now, running probably something beyond what ultimate version of this is at 60 FPS. So it's only gonna get better from here. I thought they were gonna take me out. Luckily, I put some perks into my destruction, so I had enough magic to get through that fight. Let's try the mace combat a little bit. Let's see. These guys got a little bit of stuff on them here. Got an orcish bow. Alright, let's try some of that. That Nordbow Ancient. Okay. We dropped our bow earlier too, it looks like. Yeah, the combat feels good. Don't expect the combat to feel like this on a higher difficulty, guys. They're gonna be sponges. You're gonna be hitting them and you're gonna be hardly doing any damage. And you're gonna be playing the Shadow of Skyrim game instead. And you're gonna be constantly sent somewhere random and losing your gear. That's what's gonna happen to you. Unless you got mad skill or you're some kind of masochist. Just do yourself a favor and go with the easiest mode or the easy mode. And enjoy the game the way... This is probably a similar difficulty to vanilla Skyrim, guys. It's not fun dying over and over again. Let's get our wolf out. Got magic too, buddy. No, too late. You already pissed me off. I dropped all my potions earlier. Oh my god. This is the most fun I've had so far in Skyrim combat, guys. Who else is talking? You? Just like it flashes when the bow is like fully cocked back. Let's finish him off with a sword, shall we? That might look good. Imperial cape. Let's hope it is. Oh yeah, there's SMP on it. Perfect. Yeah, that looks good with this armor. All right, this is a kind of a crazy battle. This is an entire encampment. I think we're good here, guys. We're gonna keep going because if I die, it's just gonna backtrack us. Alright, we're so close to Whiterun now. Let's make sure we save. See, I'm surprised we survived that bandit encounter. There's usually some kind of like necromancer thing going on here. Man, I love how those finisher moves just don't, they're so seamless. How did you do that? Is that a violins option that I've never seen before? Here we are. There, I got a friend for you to play with. Let's have a puppy play time. Puppy play party. There you go. Let's go dual-handed right here with this person.
I'm warning you. Never should have come here.
Ain't no way, lady. Ain't no way. Oh my god, I thought she was dead. She was taking cheap shots at me. Whew. That was a good battle. That was satisfying. And it just reminds me, I didn't get to try the mace out yet. Did we get a good mace from this? This one. Oh, we didn't try a shield yet either. We're struggling in this area though. 30 FPS. That's pretty rough. There's a lot of stuff going on there. Now we're at 40. I think there was a lot of like animations and visuals happening there. Okay, so they have that player home there. That's from that's a anniversary edition. What do you need?
The master has gone, but Dervenin will find him. Dervenin should not
Oh,
have
you're
gone.
just a crazy lady. Okay. Look at that blood spatter on the side of my helmet from just bashing that wolf in. That's crazy. I'm yet to find a weapon that combat is not fun with yet. So this is the highly overhauled outskirts of Whiterun here. As you can see, even this bridge, everything is really lush. I've seen mods that made this area lush before and also put buildings on this side. I forgot what list that was. Maybe that was Tombs of Talos. But so there are variations of different mods. They're not all using the same ones when they make the outskirts all lush like this. Wow.
Good enough.
Okay, you guys got it. "36 FPS." So this area is actually not more demanding than the other areas, it seems like. Which is, it's a nice surprise. Man, look at that. It's a perfect time of day too to be here.
By Easmere, it's true. A jester, funny suit and all. Just north by the Lorius farm. Fool had a coffin in a cart with a broken leg to see him laugh his way out of that.
Okay, guys. It's unfortunate. I hadn't noticed it earlier.
Well, sounds like you've
But
had quite the
Quickloot did it
journey,
again.
but you were gone longer than
The
usual.
compass is gone.
Maybe you weren't coming back.
You sound
The
like my ma.
activity
Figured I was lying dead in a field
button is
somewhere.
still
Is that it?
working, but look, it just says
Thoughts
still
didn't cross
Cappy,
my
still
mind.
Cappy. I don't know what that means.
War brewing,
So I think it's glitching out.
Not now, Jester.
Yeah, like I can't talk. It doesn't say talk to him.
Need something?
Careful.
It doesn't give the option to talk to him. So Quickloot, add it again. It's gonna ruin the rest of the play, so I'm gonna pause. It's gonna be a second for you guys, but I'm gonna go ahead and disable Quickloot and resume. Okay, we're back after the restart. We what? If you started a new game with 5.5.3, you can ignore this message. This version. Okay. Okay. Yeah, so Quickloot was added again. I mean, there was 12 minutes left on my timer, but it's good that it reared its head because we can see now through every mod list that's had it on there, it's caused the issue, and every time I've removed it, the issue has gone away. It's so unfortunate. I really wish they could get to the bottom of it. But anyways, this is the outskirts of Whiterun, and there's custom music here, it looks like, too, which is pretty cool. I think it's fitting. It's a real shame that Quickloot was in this list and that it knocked a few points off for stability for me, because it hasn't crashed, and if it doesn't crash, you know, within the video, then it gets an automatic 5 for stability. But if it has a issue where it requires a restart, it'll lose half a point. And so basically how I try to score this is it loses a full point for a crash, and then it also loses half a point for things that require the restart for the game to work properly.
Or a tender rack of ribs.
Someone's been pilfering crops from my farm.
Mister, Could you spare a coin?
It's one of your kin?
An ass man, you said.
Culprit rot
Let
in
me
prison.
show you the power of
I'm
Talos
surprised
Storm
you had the
Crown.
wits to notice.
Born of the North, where my bread is long winter.
I like that. So Skyrim has seasons, right? So right now it's showing it's summertime. I like how there's seasons in this. I've never played a list that had seasons before. So this is a pretty modified Whiterun too. It has a lot of walls. Maybe this is Whiterun has walls. I think there's a mod out there called that. That could be it. We're gonna go in here, take a peek, and then head back out. And then we're gonna head to Riverwood to see how that looks. Take a look at we'll take a look at him real quick. Okay. That's the guards. I like the interior lighting. Look at that, the way the light's coming through. Like it even shines on you and it hits your armor the right way. Skyrim modding is out of control, man. It's crazy how much you can mod an old game into being this. Granted, here's what you'll never experience with modded Skyrim, and I hope I'm wrong, is you'll never experience combat the way it was. How do you say it? You'll never experience combat to that of a game that was made with that style of combat from the start. So for example, Ghost of Tsushima or God of War, they all had a specific third-person combat that just looks so fluid and like it's been there this whole time. Now you can add these MCOs and BFCOs in here, but you're gonna obviously, if you're showing somebody this game and telling them it was always made this way, they're gonna say, why is the combat kind of janky then? And so you gotta take that into account too. That being said though, in the world of modded Skyrim, this is the up there with the least jankiest combat. I think also what I keep going back to this too, but I want to say this is my favorite mod list right now based off of what I'm reviewing so far. I haven't put hundreds of hours into it, like Apostasy. Apostasy is my favorite mod list at the moment. He's holding an imaginary torch. Am I out of torches? That's why. I might be out of torches, dude. Let's see. Yeah, I'm out of torches. Sorry, I threw him off. Let's put a sword in that hand to throw him. Put him back. Okay. Let's go ahead daytime. This and Apostasy have the least jankiest combat I've seen in third person. But that being said, you still see that the combat implemented in third person was an afterthought. Not saying it's not fun. It's just not fluid like a game that was built for that. As long as you kind of make your peace with that thought and you don't try to treat it for something it's not, look at it that way, then I think you'll find that it's enjoyable the way it is. So we got into a lot of combat today, which is why we didn't cover so much ground. We got to Winterhold. I don't know if we'll do Solitude today, but I think we're gonna try and go a little overtime and make it to Markarth. I think we should make it to Riverwood by the end of this timer though. This 2-hour timer has 5 minutes left. And maybe a little bit outside of Riverwood. I think I'll take off this cloak too. It has a little bit of clipping on there that's getting to me. If it wasn't for Quickloot, I swear this would have got a 5 if it stays the way it is now and for stability. If you're watching this and you have that problem with that, I almost would put money on the fact that you have that problem with Quickloot. Because I've done it with every mod list that has it. It's done the same thing, and it rears its head within the 2-hour window of this review. Every single time. Do yourself a favor. Always disable it. And if you don't have a list with it, don't download it. Not until people confirm that that issue is gone forever. So that's a modded home right there. I think that's a player home. How much does it cost? 15,000 gold. That's a pretty cool player home. $37 FPS as we're getting close to Riverwood. You know what list also had really good combat, but the person who made it kind of discontinued their list. It was was it Vagabond. Vagabond was a really good list combat wise. It really focused in on combat. It even had weapon art as like kind of a main focus where you unlock certain weapon arts, and like it's really cool looking, like special moves. But the Modlist author ended up taking their list from an ENB to a community shaders and got all kinds of headaches on their most recent iteration of it that came out a couple months ago. And they kind of just was like just so frustrated with the whole thing that they just discontinued the list and stopped supporting it. Now they maybe might have a change of heart one day and re-enable it or restart redoing it again, but yeah, for the most part they just got rid of it. Not got rid of it, but they stopped supporting the list. The iteration they had with the ENB in it was really good though. So anyways, this is Riverwood. Tastefully overhauled. Very quaint, I would say. Man, I love this armor. Our guy's pretty dirty. Let's go ahead and take a bath real quick. We also haven't prayed in a while. This guy's just watching me. What's up, dude? Never seen an elf. Never seen an elf around here. All right. Cool. He's got little animations when he puts his clothes back on. For how modified this area is, and with so much going on, it's still running at a 37 FPS, which is pretty good. I'm the alpha wolf, buddy. Alright, that's the 2-hour mark. So at 2-hour mark, I think we should start to ask ourselves, right? Because this was the intent of the list. Would we keep this game or return it if this was something that we had to buy off of Steam? I would definitely keep this game and keep going. Anyways, I'll give a score at the end of the video. With that being said, let's keep going and see the rest of this list because I'm having a good time. Kind of funny that we hit like a milestone like the warrior stones before the right when the 2-hour mark was up. There's just so much going on, so much variety that like I don't, especially with LOTD. So LOTD is in this mod list, which is really unique to it, right? With LOTD, you collect all these relics from like dungeon diving and like doing the world quests and the gameplay, like the what do you call it? The It's not Riverwood. Did I turn it around? No, this is the new town, isn't it? Huh. So this is a new area too to discover. Doing the main missions of the game is what I'm trying to say. Then you collect like the armor of a boss. So she's walking in the air. The armor of a boss. And then you put it into this museum, and that, I mean, that's pretty cool. So you can play this game forever probably, and like you don't even have to download the next update, especially if it becomes not save safe. You just keep this and play it forever, man. You could play this game for like 1,000 hours just the way it is right here. Do yourself a favor and don't mod it too much either. Just put like little quality of life things that I put in there and just leave it at that.
Someone do something.
It says stances. Okay. So let's take a look at what that is, because they're saying we're getting stances leveled up. So I don't see any stances, but it does say we have perks to increase. So I think there's something at play here that we're not considering. Oh wow, okay, so we have these. Either we take a potion to get rid of this, what do you call it, like a cure disease potion, or we have to do the quest that it automatically gives us when we die from some type of NPC, and we have to like go back and kill that NPC to get rid of this. I don't know, but there's a whole aspect to that in the game too, it looks like. And I think custom skills is where, there we go, stances. Okay, so perks right here. So the door towards the way of the weapon master are open. You learn stances 10% faster. When a new stance is unlocked, press F1 through F4 on the keyboard. Or a directional pad, okay. Unlock the high stance with a sword moveset focusing on aggression. So the rapier, the Katana. High stance with a pole arm. Axe move sets. Wow, and it goes all the way up. That's crazy. What else is here? This one doesn't even have a name, I can see. Daggers, scythes, maces. Okay, let's just go with oh, there we go. The name's right there. Oh, it was there a moment ago. The Way of the Fist, I think it said. Okay, let's go with the sword one. Okay, so it says you press F1, right? So let's get our sword out. We're at 25 FPS, something in this area the computer doesn't like. Okay, and then we press F1. Oh, F1 is my... F1 is my SKSE menu framework that modifies the first person FOV. I gotta remap that. Okay, so this area is pretty rough, man. It's 28 FPS, 29, 30. Something's going on around here. We got Falkreath down that road. We got Rorikstead that way. We're gonna make it to Markarth. Markarth that way. There's a lot of new assets in this world. I don't recognize where I am, really. And I've done this run a few times already.
I'm getting out of here.
Oh, we're watching a battle take place right now. Elves gotta stick together. I got you guys. Even though you're Thalmor.
It's been so much fun. I'm going to find you.
Why is she running like a geisha? Like she's wearing like a kimono or something. See? Where are they running to? Did one of their guys die? Yeah, so this area is pretty rough, guys. This one, 25 FPS. This is like the hardest area so far that I've encountered for my computer to handle. Now, keep in mind, this is a preset that comes recommended for a 4080 Super. And when I ran the specs online, neck and neck, The 4080 Super has way like 50% better reflection abilities. I think I wrote it actually. I wrote it right here. Or I printed it out. So much better lighting effects by 50%. Reflection, much better reflection handling, and faster in-body calculation. But when you're looking at the 9070 XT, it's got 50%, 42% better peak texture detail, 50% much faster peak complex splatting, and much faster texture detail. I mean, if you don't have a 9070 XT, it doesn't matter to you. But I'm just saying, performance-wise, this thing should be handling at the recommended specs. My card should be handling this area better than 28 FPS, I imagine. So I think it needs a little bit of a revisit to fine-tune that. Some crazy-looking beast down there. I don't know if you saw what I saw right there. It's a troll, I think. Oh my god, we got turned around. We got turned around the other way. So we're gonna monitor this FPS. It's 25 right now. We're gonna see how much better it gets. Oh my god. Alright, we're gonna have to play the high ground game with these guys. What's up, man? What's going on? Oh, he knows the way around. Did he know the way around? Gotcha. Gotcha. So because these guys are not normally in the game, they don't have support for decapitation usually. You see? Yeah. So just keep that in mind. When you encounter, that's one of the signs that you encountered an enemy type that's not usually in the game. These wolves are just taking it. That guy. What the hell? Someone just freaking knocked me over with an arrow. Where are you, cheap shotter? Oh, you gotta fight me in this really hard, this low FPS scenario. Why are you not attacking this guy? I see you. Oh, two of you. This area is a freaking trap, man. I'm just stuck in this area. I can't get out. Oh no. Where are we? I think we're kind of trapped in this gorge here. Okay, so if we go in there, is there a rear exit?
You puny weak.
Right.
That it? That your best? Oh.
Well, there's stairs going up in here. We're gonna have to fight through it, but let's see.
We're not alone. Time to end this little game.
Might be able to climb out this way. It's a steep cliff. Oh my god, we're just okay. In a damn Forsworn encampment. No, I wasn't expecting that. Oh my god. Oh! Please land in deep water. Oh my god. We made it. Okay, we're out of combat, and it looks like we're out of that real shitty, like, performance area. So we're at, like, 33. I saw it, like, 39 a moment ago. It should start feeling a little smoother, hopefully. Okay. Let's see. I like the way this forest looks. The mod they use for the trees. I think, I mean, it makes me feel like I'm in some type of Lord of the Rings elven forest. I really like their choice in redesigning these areas. I just really wish my 9070 XT could experience this in like raw 60 FPS. That would be the dream. But I'll take it at 33 if I have to. Other people have to do worse. You know, but at 4K, I think it really shines. I think at 2K, I think it still be enjoyable too, but you can't be doing 2K on a 32-inch monitor. I think 2K at like a 27-inch monitor, because mine is a 32-inch. 2K at a 27, you might be able to get away with it looking good and still having the performance to have 60 FPS with a 9070 XC or something equivalent. Man, just taking this forest in, my goodness. Wow. This is not even a recognizable place in the game. I don't know where I am, really. This must look really different in the game, usually. You running away now? Oh, I thought you wanted a piece of this. Come here. I saw these crystals before in a different mod list too. Sky shards? I wonder what they are. Maybe like collectibles and you maybe can get certain skills with them? That's kind of cool. I mean, you're looking at, this list has 3,541 mods all at play here. I played Nordic Souls, right? And that, I mean, that one stands out to me too because it's a great balance for performance and visuals. But that's 1,200 mods. Now, this is triple that pretty much. What more can you do with triple the amount? This is what it looks like. Get an idea of the different times of day. So this is nighttime. This is in the middle of the night. This is with our lantern on. And then this is early morning. And then this would be like mid-morning. And then noon. Okay, and this is afternoon. It's only gonna get better from here, guys. Technology is gonna catch up, and you're gonna be able to play this raw 60 FPS with. In 5 years from now, you're gonna be able to play this raw 60 FPS with whatever the equivalent to a 3060 is in 5 years from now, in a lineup. I say 3060, but there's 5060s out there. But yeah, whatever the equivalent to a 5060 is in 5 years. What it would be called, like a 160? I don't know what they would call it. But yeah, it's only gonna get better. This is a taste of the future you get to experience right now, and all you gotta do is just, if you want to experience it like this, you gotta have the highest end equipment, or you gotta just settle for the lower FPS. Do not resort to frame gen though. Frame gen is for people who have this running at a raw 60 FPS already and want to experience what like 90 or 120 FPS looks like. Okay, so this is Markarth. It's a really nice Markarth. It's it's almost like Markarth is like a lost temple in the middle of the forest. That's the look they're going for.
This one needs something?
No, I don't. Let me know what you guys think. Normally, I would... So I'm gonna cut the video off soon because... Essentially... Oh!
What you're doing? Hey!
Damn. You can actually save her. I didn't realize that till recently. If you attack fast enough.
The Markarth city guard have this all under
let me know if like you want to see me keep playing. I don't want it to go on forever, thinking maybe people don't want to watch the entire time. But if you prefer me to keep playing to visit all the cities, let me know. Oh, cool. Okay, so we get to see the rain. We never really saw rain. You look at how his armor gets wet.
Oh, I think you dropped this.
Okay. Like how his armor is getting wet in the rain, and then it also splashes on the screen. Let's take a little bit of a run through here, go into a couple interiors. I really like this armor we came across. It looks like a elven knight from Lord of the Rings.
Tacitus, what is this?
A nail?
Is that what you call it? In
The performance is not too bad. It's got like 40 FPS.
I'm sorry. Well, the forge gets so hot.
It doesn't really feel like a dwarven city. It feels like an elven city. We always go into the Shrine of Talos to see how the lighting plays, because usually it's a nice performance in there on how the lighting looks. So we got some nice reflection of water. I didn't realize there was water in here. Was there always water in here? It looks so good, man. This game looks so good.
You don't know anything about this house? No.
I'm kind of...
Entering or leaving, strange lights or unusual noises.
I'm kind of surprised it took me
abandoned,
this long
and
to
it's
come back
always
around to
been
this list. But I'm kind of glad I did, because there's been updates all the way up until now that just came out. Again, this is a version of it that came out 3 weeks ago, the most recent one. And so I would have experienced older versions that maybe weren't as refined as this. Let's see how it looks inside here.
Come on in. The Silverblood Inn has plenty of strong drink and clean rooms.
I turned off the compass just now, just to kind of... We don't have to navigate anywhere, so I just turned it off. Yeah, I don't know. This looks really good. Alright, so... let's talk about it before I finish up this video. I don't know. I don't want to sound too biased, but I think this game is probably the best interpretation of modded Skyrim I've ever played. The combat is the funnest I've ever played. Hold on, I got this thing still going there. The combat's the funnest I ever played. Now it's pretty close second to Apostasy. Apostasy's got really good combat. It's got a stance system as well. But this kind of has a more unique skill perk type of implementation of a stance system. These graphics are like top notch. You pay for it a little, but they have so many settings that you can choose from when you're installing, because they have such a professional installer. As you might notice if you ever downloaded Nolvus, or you might have to find out for yourself if you haven't. They have a custom installer that you download on their website, and then that gives you all these presets you can choose from. The UI, the INI settings, the LOD settings that you choose from, how you want the animations to be. You want it to be kind of JRPG, fantasy style or not. And all of that, if you choose it right, can give you a better performance or a worse performance. I thought this was a good middle ground here, because I didn't choose Ultra and then just went Ultra everything, right? Because I had to be realistic that it was, even though it came recommended, this thing was known to be a demanding game. And so I went with the, I went with the performance LODs and the medium INI for Skyrim INI settings. But I didn't want to give up all the overhauls they did to the cities and the towns, and so that's why I didn't go down to the Redux. And plus, nobody wants to see the Redux if you can see the Ultra. And so I think it made for a better video as well. I think I'll keep this as my second now, because Apostasy is my only stable mod list I always keep on my hard drive or my SSD. But now this is going to be, I think, a staple in my SSD as well. That'll make two lists that I keep permanently. Now I have a laptop as well that has a 3060 on the laptop, and it can't run these kind of lists. Granted, it runs at 1080p. But in that list right now, I have Nordic Souls in that laptop. Nordic Souls is like the perfect thing. So if I'm traveling, I can still play Skyrim modded and still have a decent experience. No problem. Anyways, I'm getting ahead of myself. You're going to see the score here in a moment on the screen. I say Quickloot, get rid of it. If you download this list, disable it right away before you play the game ever. You won't have the compass issue. You won't have the issue with interaction button. I can't tell you how many times I played a mod list that has that mod in there that has caused the issue, even within a 2-hour test. This one almost made it. It made it 14 minutes shy of a 2-hour test completing before it reared its head, but I'm glad it did, so you can see that Quickloot is still an issue. So yeah, the UI, great. I love the UI. The one little hiccup it has is that when you're looting things on the ground, it looks okay now, but when you're looting like an enemy on the ground, that E in the interactive button kind of cuts into the first letter of the enemy's name. So, or even when you're looking at, like, say let me try my my wolf. I might say it. See right there, it says, it's supposed to say Galandor's familiar, but it cuts into that. So that could be tweaked probably easily, but I don't have to know how to do that. But if you're the Modlist author, or you work with the Modlist author for this, if you just mention that one little hiccup, I'm sure he can just, on the next update, fix that like no problem. So that encounters UI, stability. So stability, because of the Quickloot, it knocked off 0.5, right? So if you disable Quickloot from the start, you'll have honestly a 5 out of 5 instability, right? You got performance. Performance has been good, and it's subject to equipment. It's hard to judge a modlist on performance, but I try to gauge my hardware against their recommended specs so that I'm judging their performance adequately. And so I would say the performance overall was a good experience, with the exception of that one little area that we were in near Falkreath, where we were like slogging it at like 25 FPS in most of the areas. Performance has been good, has been playable. To give you an idea though, I've seen really good performance. I can play Apostasy, which has graphics very similar to this, and I would be getting in this area about 55 FPS in 4K, and it would look comparable, I would say. I mean, it has Amon ENB, which maybe is a less taxing ENB. I don't know the difference as far as which one's more taxing. But that Modlist author works some sorcery in his fine tuning, and I think if these guys somehow get together and work on fine tuning performance together, I think these future updates of maybe both of these games, Apostasy and Novus, would really see like huge improvements. Anyways, thanks for watching the video. I'm talking too much, but the score is on the screen, and more information is in the description section if you want to download this game yourself. I'll give you a direct link straight to Novus's website where you can download the installer and everything. And make sure you take your time and consider all the options when you're installing it to make sure that you have the right match between the hardware and what you're selecting as your options. Anyways, I'll see you guys on the next video. We'll be doing another mod list. We're going to try to do it every Monday until we run out of ideas on mod lists to do. And when new updates come out on some of these popular ones, we're going to come back and do the updates if the updates are big enough to warrant one. Thanks again for watching. Have a good one.